It's pretty much been a so-so day in the market today. Nio's kind of all around the board, but we're going to give you guys all the updated information on Nio. There really hasn't been a whole lot coming out lately, but we're going to keep you guys up to date with everything that is out now, and we're also going to talk about AMD because that thing just continues to go up over and over and over every single day, and we're going to give you guys updated information on that and why it's doing that. But first, we ask you guys hit the sub button if you're not subbed to the channel yet. It helps support the channel and it keeps you guys up to date on all things stock market related news. Also, we got a link down in the description for the Patreon that gets you access to our Discord, where we have over 100 members in the Discord, and a lot of us talk daily, you know, a lot. So there we had actually a Discord member the other day post one of his wins. Had a pretty damn big win on, I believe it was either Nio or Xpeng. So if you guys want any part of that Discord, it is over there, and that gives you access to our portfolios as well. But without further ado, man, let's give it some razzle dazzle and hop into it. But starting off with Nio, there really hasn't been a whole lot of news as of late. They've opened a couple more battery swap stations, which we'll talk about here in a second. But the bigger news, I guess, is there was some pictures of the ET7 going around with some camouflage tape on the outside of the car. Not really sure why they're doing camouflage tape, because like they've already unveiled the car. Like. Right. Yeah, they've already like revealed it. Like we already know what it looks like. I don't know why they're doing it. Unless they're making some kind of change or something, who knows? But let's look at these pictures, show you guys real quick, because I think they're kind of cool to look at. So this is the first picture, and these are posted on a blog. I believe it was on the Nio app from a user, and he just caught this out in public. And again, it has that camouflage tape all over it, and you can see on the front end. Again, it doesn't look like anything's changed on it. Not quite sure why they're doing it. But no. It was an article, so we thought we'd bring it to you guys, you know, just to let you know what's going on.
It's nice that, you know, they're actually, you know, out in the wild and actually on the streets doing some testing and stuff, you know, not just at a car show, you know, not moving around at all. And, you know, it's actually, you actually see it moving around and stuff. So they're getting closer.
Well, that's the report, is that this is a test car. They're obviously doing it for testing purposes, obviously, because they're not selling them yet. So it's good to see, like you said, it's good to see them out doing things and actually, you know, running.
Right.
But let's go ahead and talk about the battery swap stations. Nio is up to, I believe it's what, 349?
Yeah, 345. So
45.
Yeah, they just opened their 345th battery swap station. It just seems like we were talking about this before we started recording, and it was like, I don't know, a week ago. Maybe it's been a little bit longer, but it seems like they were just at like 318, like not long ago at all, and now they're at 345. So yeah, they've just been killing it. So Nio actually put 11 battery swap stations, 7 supercharging stations, and 17 destination charging stations into operation, and that's in 23 different Chinese cities on July 31st. So on July 31st, you know, that 11 battery swap stations in one day, just killing it. And they said that's one of its largest numbers in a single day that they've done. So yeah, I mean, they just keep doing days like that, and that's obviously why they're from 318 to 345 in no time. So
and I think it's gonna, they're gonna need days like that in order to make that 700 mark that William Lee is wanting to hit.
For sure. Yeah, I was just gonna say that too. You know, their original goal was 500, and then Quinley Hong said, "Nah, we're gonna do 700," which is just insane. So yeah, they're gonna have to keep doing days like that to meet that 700 goal, which I think they can hit it for sure, or at least come close to it.
I think so too. I agree as well. But that's really all the news we have for Nio. Again, nothing major coming out, but let's go ahead and look at the stock, show you guys what it's doing, and then we'll talk about AMD next. So we can see, looking at the stock, it's kind of been like a slow bleed all day for Nio. It ran all the way up to almost $46, and now it's pulled itself back to $44.75. And at this point, I'm starting to think, we were talking before stream again, that I'm starting to think that Nio is just blindly moving through this 45 support resistance. Like, it doesn't even matter at this point.
Yeah, it's just not really showing any support at that 45 anymore. It's just going right through it, really. So kind of unfortunate.
It seems to break through, and then it pulls back, and then it breaks through, and then it pulls back. So really, it's just been kind of a wild market lately. That just seems like a lot of things going up and down, and there's really no rhyme or reason. It's just a matter of what's going on in the news, what's going on with China, what's going on with COVID, and really, it's just, there's really no pattern to it at this point. Like, we could see that there for a while, it run up, and then it pull back, run up, pull back, run up, pull back, and it's just kind of It's just kind of all over the place. But
yeah, I guess was doing the same. Sorry, I was gonna say Xpeng's kind of was doing the same thing, except they were doing, following the same pattern today, and then Xpeng actually started going sideways when Nio just kept going down. So, yeah, I mean, overall, they're kind of just following the same thing. Up really good this morning, and then just a slow bleed throughout the day. Kind of unfortunate.
Right. But I'm kind of glad that we're sticking around the $45 mark. It's glad to see. And, obviously the RSI for the 6 month right now is at about 54. Year to date, we're sitting about 50, which again is where you want to see it. So at this point, I think we're just waiting for something to kind of take this to the next level, which I'm hoping is earnings. Even after the disappointing news we got from deliveries, I'm really hoping the earnings kind of carry that weight there. Again, it's on the 11th. We got a still -10 on the EPS. So hopefully that doesn't change a whole lot, or they don't, completely miss that.
Yeah, I'm thinking kind of next Monday and Tuesday and kind of probably on the 11th as well, since it's after hours. That's probably when we'll start moving up, if we start moving up prior to earnings. We'll see though. But yeah, I think there might be a little bit of a run up prior to earnings, because that's usually what happens. And then, when earnings comes out, there's a little bit of a sell off. But
exactly. But before we hop over to AMD, we got a little exciting news for you guys. We're going to be recording a video after this video that's going to be out tomorrow afternoon at 4 o'clock. And we don't want to give anything away, but let's just say you guys are going to need your seatbelts fastened for this one, because it's going to be good. We're really excited for this. A lot of people have been asking for it. So we finally decided to pull the trigger and make it happen. So watch out for that video tomorrow night at 4 o'clock. But let's go ahead and hop into AMD. We can see clearly on the year-to-date chart, there's something clearly wrong here with AMD. It is just leaving Earth. Don't know, obviously there's big reasons for it. Don't want to say don't know why, because we know why. But it's clear up here on the 86 on the RSI, which tells me we should be getting a pullback any day now. But it seems to keep going. It literally just goes and goes and doesn't stop. But looking at the day chart, we're up almost 6% on the day. We saw a high of 122, and then it pulled back, and now we've been pretty much consolidated sideways at this point since that high. So you might be asking what's going on with AMD? Well, we're going to tell you. So basically, there's some big news coming out of the UK that NVIDIA might be blocked from buying the ARM acquisition, the ARM Ltd company, that they've been trying to get since last year for over $40 billion. There's potential national security concerns too. The UK is considering blocking it over potential national security concerns. There really isn't any information on what those concerns are, but they did say that the UK is going to continue to look into it and potentially, just dive into this more to figure out what the potential risks are. But they are not denying the deal and or approving it just yet. But there's no final decision, so that's pretty much the UK just waiting on that to come out to see if that's going to go through, because if that goes through, that's going to be huge for NVIDIA. But if it doesn't go through, it's going to be big for AMD. So obviously if NVIDIA gets it, that's going to open up their portfolio to the CPUs, to their technology, and it's going to basically compete with AMD's data center and their CPUs. So we all know that AMD just released the new CPU that they offered to Max, to the Apple side of things, and they obviously had their earnings, which completely blew that out of the water. And we just found out today that Wall Street Bets is getting a hold of this. So
so that really makes so it could just keep on running. We'll see. I've been saying the past however many days that this thing has gone way higher than it should, so it should be pulling back at any point now. Well, it just keeps going, because every day there's good news that's been coming out since earnings, and now Wall Street Bets has a hold of it, so kind of now it's no telling how high it can go before it pulls back.
Exactly. And if you guys are into AMD, there's no shame in taking profits. I'm going to potentially look into it, because I think I'm up well over 30%. And I know this thing is way overpriced. So I think at the first pullback, I'm going to exit my position and
It's
then buy
way
back in
overbought.
when it 100%.
Yeah.
And then I'll buy back in once it comes back down to reality
Right.
with the rest of us here on Earth. So
Right.
I'm
Yeah,
gonna keep
I
an eye
mean,
on that for sure.
You guys saw the chart. It's just straight up. So I mean, it's gotta
for sure.
It's gotta come pretty much just crashing back down to reality at some point. So yeah,
Right. Yeah.
Don't
So
be
that's-
ashamed to take a little bit of profit. Like you
Right,
said.
and that's the thing. Don't be ashamed to take those profits because it's all going to come back, and then you'll be able to buy in lower, and then you'll be happy you made some money.
Yep.
But that's going to wrap up this video. We hope you guys enjoyed it. Again, thank you so much for all the support you guys have given us so far. And again, if you're not subbed to the channel yet, hit that sub button. It helps support the channel. It just keeps you guys up to date on all things stock market related news, and it changes your life. Let's just be real. But again, we got all the links down in the description. If you guys are interested in any of that stuff, we got one down there for Weeble. We got one down there for the Patreon that gets you access to our Discord and our portfolios and the Discord portfolio and the fantastic community we got over there. And also we got a link down there for the merchandise, which we're going to have new merchandise coming out soon, new designs for that as well. So stick around for that. But again, thank you so much for all your support. And we'll see you guys in the next video.